Located on the north side of Fort Worth, the construction of Texas Motor Speedway began in the spring of 1995 and required the movement of more than 4 million cubic yards of earth before it was completed the following year. The oval originally featured unique dual-angle banking, and its first major race, a NASCAR Xfinity Series event in April of '97, was won by Mark Martin. Jeff Burton won the first Cup Series race the following day in front of a sell-out crowd of over 200,000 spectators. 2 months later, Kenny Irwin won the first Camping World Truck race held at TMS. The track has been good to Dale Earnhardt Jr. He won his first ever Xfinity Series race there in 1998, and then 2 years later won his first Cup Series race. Shortly after Earnhardt's Xfinity Series win, the oval was reconfigured, eliminating the 8-degree section of dual-angle banking. Tonight, we're on the iRacing simulator. It's the LSR Gaming X 201, and it's coming up next on HBR TV. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Texas Motor Speedway. It is indeed the LSR Gaming X presents the Texas 201. Round number 5, the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. Take a look at the race details for tonight. 134 laps, 1 faster pair, 5 sets of tires over the wall. No stage breaks. We're going to go green to checker here, provided we don't have any cautions. You know we're going to have cautions. It's going to happen. It's inevitable around this place, especially with 30 trucks at least. Appears that we do have 30 in the field tonight, so that should be a fun one to watch. Practice just about wrapped up. Let's go down trackside and see where everybody's stacking up. Right now it is Drew Blaze, top of the board. Zach Millett, Keaton Burnett, Cody Anderson, Brian Rose, the top 5. Top time for Drew Blaze, 30.37. Likely some draft involved in that lap, a 30.4. A pretty good lap in the, well, out of the draft per se, in clean air, I guess you could say. Keaton Burnett a 30.5, Anderson a 30.61, Brian Rose also a 30.61. Fuel window tonight, anywhere between 44 and 48 laps. Again, provided that we stay under the green flag for that entire run. Remains to be seen. It can happen. It has happened. And if it does happen, you can go about 44 to 48 laps. Obviously, if you're in the draft, might be able to lift a little, save a little extra, make it that full 48 lap distance. Again, 134 laps around Texas Motor Speedway. If you break this race into 2-stop strategy territory, you're looking about a pit stop every 45 laps, roughly. And 5 sets of tires over the wall for these drivers to utilize throughout the race. You're going to want it. The track surface here at Texas, even when it was scanned, pretty abrasive, pretty old, pretty worn out. Got Kevin Blue in the stream chat already, picking Keaton Burnett to win. Said he'd pick himself if he was there. Where are you, Kev? Ladies and gentlemen, forgive me here if I take a water break occasionally this evening. A little bit under the weather. You may hear my voice crack a little bit. I'm not going through puberty. I'm almost 40, so feel free to make fun if you'd like. But I'm here. We're going to call this race. Get this one done here. Practice comes to an end and get ready to jump right into qualifying. Looks like Wes Wiggin rolls out first. Wiggins starts his first of 2 laps. Got a 5-minute session to get it done. 2 laps, the best of 2 will count towards your qualifying. Set the field here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. First lap for the 88 crosses the stripe. 30.691, not too shabby. Meanwhile, Zach Millett goes top of the board, 30.54 seconds. We'll see if lap 2 yields a quicker time for the 315. Right up against that outside wall off turn number 2. Across the stripe, second lap for Zach Millett. A little bit faster, 30.499 seconds. Current provisional pole sitter, Zach Millett, that S4 guy, that 315 truck. Justin Johnson on the track, his first lap, 30.722. Currently sits 4th on the board. Justin sporting a new paint scheme, it appears, the In the Draft podcast colors. In the Draft, sponsoring our feature winner for this season, each race. Lap 2 for Justin Johnson, 30.667. Currently sits 9th on the leaderboard. Matt Sisler just wraps up his time. Let's see who else we got left here. PJ Cox, the number 05, Sun Drop entry. First lap of 31.286. 22nd fast so far. Likely a throwaway lap the first time around. Off turn number 4. Cox going to take the checkered flag here. Let's see where he checks in. Lap 2 was faster, 30.77. It's 14th fast. Kevin Grettenberger, the number 57 machine. Through the double dog leg. 31.13, 24th quick. Vincent Short late to the field. He's to the track. He's got plenty of time, though. 3 minutes, 45 seconds have elapsed. He's likely to get both of these laps in before the clock strikes 0. A lot of guys like to wait a little bit, let the track temp come down. Sometimes it does, sometimes it goes up. First lap for Short, 31.32. Now, Vince, this is his first laps. Brand new system Vince is working with. Got all his equipment hooked up, still working some bugs out of it, trying to get everything calibrated properly, so not quite dialed in yet. Didn't get a whole lot of practice in either. We'll see where he checks in for lap 2. .914. It's 21st on the grid. 3 drivers yet to take a time. That is Jonathan Arnn, Michael Cole, Joe Tucker. 15 seconds remain in the session, so likely they will not take a time at all. With that, we're going to step aside, get a quick word from Garza Law. We'll be back with our starting grid after this.
The great thing about youth sports, they give young people an opportunity to participate in something that is going to broaden them as people.
I think it's very amazing that Garza Law Firm has made a commitment to help the youth kids with playing different sports.
Guys like Marcos Garza that put their time into being able to help these kids live out a dream. It's made me who I am today.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Texas Motor Speedway, the Texas 201 presented by LSR Gaming X. On the pole position with a time of 30.499 seconds, the 315 of Zach Millett. To his outside, missed it by that much, just shy of 3/100ths of a second off pole, Keaton Burnett in the number 26 with Lonestar Racing. Row number 2, also an LSR driver, the number 1 of Drew Blaze, flanked by the 94 of Bobby Hall Jr. with Flex Motorsports. Also Flex Motorsports, 5th place starter Wes Wiggin in the number 88. Matt Daniels in the number 5, he starts 6th. Number 17, Cody Anderson, he'll roll off from the 7th starting position. 8th spot goes to Jeffrey Simpson. 9th starting position, Justin Johnson, the 10X out of the Lonestar Racing Stables. Matt Sisler, Apex Tech Racing, number 93, he starts 10th. Michael White starts 11th. Jarrett Woodard starts 12th. Sean Roberts, Shenandoah Shine, number 66, starts 13th. PJ Cox will roll from the 14th position with David Ballard, the number 90 out of New England. He'll start from the 15th position. Ken Couch in the 08, he starts 16th. 17th position, Chris Elliott. Brian Rose with Holler Boys Racing, the number 89, he'll start 18th. Mike Fahey, the number 19, starts 19th. Chris Goins in the 6th. He rolls off from the 20th starting position. Vincent Short, another Holler Boys Racing entry. He starts 21st. Jesse Redding, the 721, 23rd. Alan Duranco, Jesse Redding's 22nd. Getting ahead of myself. Alan Duranco, 23rd. Chad Martin, 24th. Kevin Greitenberger rolls off 25th. Dan Worthington, 26th. 27th goes to Britt Osborne. Raymond Bailey, he'll roll off from the 28th starting position. Thomas Hall, 29th. Bill Martin, Hagrid's Racing, number 24, starts 30th. Joe Tucker with Lone Star Racing. Michael Cole, 31st, 32nd. And shotgun on the field, the number 43 of Jonathan Arn from Flex Motorsports. It's your starting grid here from Texas Motor Speedway. Field forming up through turns 1 and 2. We should get the green flag this time by. Big tracks, we get 1 pace lap before we take the green flag. Again, the admins have the right to extend that if you don't like how the field's looking. And if I'm a race admin, I'm going to extend it because this is a mess right now.
Negative, they called it off.
And they did just that. They called off the initial start. We're going to go one more time around before we take the green flag here. Again, bigger fields, it's sometimes difficult to get everybody out of pit lane and formed up in a timely fashion so that everybody's 2x2 nice and tidy coming to green. Didn't quite get it straightened out, so they go one more time around, tighten the field up. Again, tonight's race presented by LSR Gaming X, the Texas 201. Thanks to LSR Gaming X for coming on as the sponsor for tonight's event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not usually one to snack during a broadcast, but you may hear a cough drop in my mouth on occasion, so I'm not pounding down a steak, just trying to be able to keep talking to you good folks out there. Field looking real pretty, working through turns 3 and 4 here. We'll take the green flag this time by. Pace car hits pit lane. There, he's got the flag. He's waving it. We're underway from Texas Motor Speedway. Texas 201 is green. First lap complete. Zach Millett leads it. Second spot, Drew Blaze. Keaton Burnett, Wes Wiggin, and Bobby Hall Jr., your top 5 as we complete halfway through lap number 2. Drew Blaze already up into the second spot. Starting to pressure Zach Millett already early on here for the lead. No sooner than I say that, Millett starts to stretch out that advantage to now over half a second over Drew Blaze. Looks kind of cool, but you don't want to burn the tires off these things too early on. Again, no stages in the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. Not like they're racing for points to get to lap 20 or 25 or something to that effect. Drew Blaze hanging there in the second spot with Keaton Burnett right to the tailgate of the number 1 truck. They might be saving their equipment. You know, Drew Blaze has a lot of pace, especially at a place like Texas Motor Speedway. Places that wear out tires, requires you to lift a little bit, kind of get that perfect line, carry as much speed as possible through and off the corners. It's typically where Drew Blaze excels. Still the battle for second between Blaze and Keaton Burnett. Not a whole lot of pressure coming from the 26. It is still pretty early on. He is right there, though. Any little slip or mistake by the 1, I think Keaton's going to slide into that second spot. Keaton taking a look, thinks better of it.
Out. How's your car doing, bud?
Caution on the speedway, not sure exactly. It looks like we've got some trouble with Thomas Hall, Vince Short, Joe Tucker. Possibly some damage with these trucks. Thomas Hall. Well, let's get a look at it, see what we can see. Ooh, it looks like Short comes down just a bit across the 83's nose. Collects Joe Tucker. Hard impact for the 13 of Joe Tucker. So that puts us under caution for the first time tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. 8 laps in. Zach Millett leading from the drop of the green flag. Let's see if anybody this early on opts to take tires or fuel. Drew Blaze kind of playing the game. Nope, he stays out, but he does hit the cone. That cone is a pit commitment cone. I'm not sure if iRacing is going to nail him for that or not. You're supposed to not hit it. If you do hit it, you've committed to pit lane. At least that's technical in the real world. I don't know if it transfers over to the sim. Did appear like Drew was trying to drag somebody down pit lane, possibly Zach Millett, but again, only 7 laps under green have elapsed. Check on Vincent Short here. He's back in the pit lane. Here's some damage to that truck, certainly. Joe Tucker getting some repairs made. Thomas Hall likely the same. No fast repair being used for the 83. I do find that interesting. I'm pretty sure they run it with at least one, possibly two. Fast repairs tonight, there is one. Maybe just trying to get this thing a little bit straighter. Going to work on it throughout the race. It's tough to burn that fast repair real early on. Leaders through 3 and 4. Some big movers already tonight. Brian Rose up to P12. New colors aboard the number 89 machine. Typically a track bar media entry. Tonight sponsoring, looks like Eric Dotson. AgentDotson.com on the back of that F-150. Chris Goins in the number 6. He's back in P17. Familiar eye-lending Toyota Tundra. Another big mover, Dan Worthington in the 113 truck. No paint scheme on that thing tonight. A little bit. I don't know if that's an oops. He's got an upside-down Jack Daniels logo on the door. Chris Elliott, the number 29, though he is down 4 spots already. Gotta say, this is one of my favorite paint schemes so far. Good looking truck. So back out front, pace car lights are still on. We're likely to get the 1 to go signal as we cross the line here. Take a look at the pace car. Here's Zach Millett already using the clutch. He's out of the gas, trying to save some fuel already. And there you have it. Pace car lights are out. So we are on the 1 to go. We'll get the green flag the next time by. It'll be lap 12. Pretty cool paint scheme on that one truck tonight. Left side looks pretty familiar to what we typically see from Drew Blaze, but changing up the colors on the right side and the roof, kind of blending things around a bit. Pace car peels off the banking. Again, Barney with the green flag. Field entering the Geico restart zone.
Green flag.
Green flag waves, and we're underway. Don't know if Drew Blaze slipped the tires on the restart or not, but he dove to the inside awfully quick. Gets across the front of the 26 of Keith Burnett. Once again, Zach Millett out of a cannon off turn number 2. Brian Rose making a move to the inside. Rose in the 9th spot. Got a couple of spots on that restart. Trying to work around the 70 of Micah White. Doesn't quite have him clear in the dog leg. Now he does, as White has a connection issue. White now back down to the bottom in the number 70 truck. Trying to take that spot back away from Brian Rose. does it with success. The 70 back to P9. Brian Rose back to 10th. Sean Roberts and Jeff Simpson battling for position. Roberts, the number 66 Shenandoah Shine truck up top. The F-150 in the high lane. Roberts has the 42 clear. Justin Johnson now battling with Cody Anderson for position. This will be for P7. Johnson up top in that numeral X, the number 10 there. Toyota Tundra within the draft as its new sponsor. Cody Anderson down on the bottom. 17. Looks like Johnson's going to clear Cody, take over the position. Cody Anderson having a little bit of a handling issue off turn 4. It's going to open the door for Brian Rose topside. Rose trying to take that position away. He's got a nose out in front into the 8th position over Cody Anderson. Cody battles back on the bottom. Taking a look back out front, Zach Millett still with a lead, almost 2 seconds back to Drew Blaze. Drew Blaze, Keaton Burnett. Keaton Burnett with some pressure coming from Bobby Hall Jr., the number 94 truck. Bobby on the bottom, Keaton up top. So Bobby's going to take the 3rd position off turn number 2. Bobby Hall Jr. now trying to take P2 away from Drew Blaze. They're side by side. Down the back straightaway. Bobby's got a good run. Drew up top, though. You'd think he would have the momentum, but into turn 3. Bobby's got a nose in front. They almost make contact into corner entry. Bobby takes the spot. Drew Blaze now back to P3. Another big mover, Matt Sisler, into the 5th position, the number 93 Apex Tech Racing Ford F-150. Wes Wiggin up to P7. Brian Rose now up 10 positions in the 8th spot, trying for more. Takes a peek to the outside of the 88. Brian Rose is not wasting a lot of time. Again, it is pretty early on. If you break this race down into 2 stops, you're looking about 40 to 45. We did have a caution that's thrown into that mix, so that will extend that fuel window as well. Brian is not wasting time, though. He's going to burn up those tires until it's time. They do have 5 sets to use. Brian Rose gets into the 7th position now, takes that position from Wes Wiggin. Vincent Short has crashed once again. Tough night for the 15. He is up on his lid. Big time trouble in the dogleg for the 15. This time, I think we'll expect to see some guys down pit lane. Well, let's get a look at it. Looks like trouble ahead. The 22 real slow. The 43 of Arn gets into him. Vincent Short tries to thread the needle, but the 22 still trying to save it. He comes up the track and collects the 15. Now Jonathan Arn is in it, and looks like Vince just catches the hook at the wall to start finish line there. He is way up in the air. I want to look at this from Vince's perspective, see how he saw it. Again, this is off turn number 4. Just ahead of him, the 43 of Jonathan Arn, and then we have the 22. That is Raymond Bailey. We got other cars already losing it up ahead. I didn't see who that was. I'm just going to go full on and rewind this a bit, see who else was involved in this. Trying to catch a number on the other car in the infield there. Might have been the 19 of Mike Fahey. Indeed it was. Let's rewind this a bit. The caution didn't come out initially for Mike. Oh, some contact there as well. We got all kinds of things going on off turn number 4 here. 721 slides up, gets the left sides on the flat. He gets into, I think that's Dan Worthington. Yep, Worthington goes up into the outside safer barrier. So that jams up everybody behind him. Then Osborne comes back down. Now it looks like, yeah, Fahey gets into him as well. And I don't know. I gotta say, if you watch this again here from this perspective, you see Fahey the 19. Watch the 15 truck at the back of the frame, the red and blue entry. Arn's in the wall. The 22's trying to save it. You got multiple trucks ahead that are way off the pace due to this incident. So just about everyone has taken this opportunity to pit. Everybody, for the most part, has taken tires. There might have been a couple. Ken Couch was just in and out, maybe a fast repair only. Cody Anderson, fuel only, and Bill Martin stays on the racetrack. No stop for the 24 truck. He is going to drop like an anchor when we go back to the green flag. Everybody else looks to be taking 4 tires and fuel on that stop. With that, we're going to step aside once again, get a real short break out of the way, and a word from Garza Law. Stay with us.
The great thing about youth sports, they give young people an opportunity to participate in something that is going to broaden them as people.
I think it's very amazing that Garza Law Firm has made a commitment to help the youth kids with playing different sports.
Guys like Marcos Garza that put their time into being able to help these kids live out a dream. It's made me who I am today.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Pace car lights are off. We are on the 1 to go. Green flag will come back out lap 27 of 134 from Texas Motor Speedway. Those of you that stepped away did not hear. Bill Martin currently with the lead, did not pit. Everybody behind him did. I think Cody Anderson is out there with a fuel-only stop, if maybe tires, maybe right sides, but definitely not four. Likely fuel only for the 17. Be real cautious to watch these guys spin the tires. You don't want to see them stack up the whole field here. If they get to the throttle too hard, it's going to be a bad, bad day. Pace car peels off. Bill Martin in the throttle, swaying, spinning the tires. Cody Anderson a little sway, spin the tires too, but didn't get back to the gas as hard. But Zach Millett with plenty of pace into turn number 1 and fresh rubber. He's going to eat up the 24. Cody Anderson's going to go around. Drew Blaze is going to go around. And Bobby Hall Jr. and Keaton Burnett coming as well. A little loose for the 26 off turn number 2. Gathers it back up. Micah White having some connection issues once again, blinking in and out in the pack. That is very, very apprehensive times for those behind him. Contact with Bill Martin, sends one truck up into the wall, didn't catch who it was.
Caution's out.
We get a caution flag though, and Micah White may have been one of them, but I can't even tell because he's blinking in and out. I think the car that made contact with Bill Martin was the 22 of Raymond Bailey, it appears. This is why we're under the caution once again, our third of the evening. So the 22 checked way up. There was somebody off the... Oh, there it is. Micah White. So let's ride on board with the 22. In fact, let's go a little further back. I thought he got contacted with Martin, but maybe not. So we'll ride on board. This is the roof cam on the 22. Look far ahead. You'll see smoke, but no car. He lifts out of the throttle. You see it right there. A little bit of puff of smoke.